Artie, what's happening? Happy Wednesday to you and yours, the Bay Ragni Show. We are here live. It's going to be a very, very interesting show I got for you guys today. Along by my side, you see, I never get that right. It's this way. There we go. It's opposite. I'm in a reflection.
I'm on
Yeah.
this side.
I have by my side attorney Shane Perry, and we have an interesting story. His client is in the West African country Niger. I can't
Niger.
Niger,
Niger.
and something I just learned about this country, which uh, when it's said to you, when you read it, it's one thing, but when it's really truthfully broken down to you, they are the 179th poorest country in our world, and there's a little bit of technical difficulties, as you can imagine. So we're hoping his client Mohamed
Karzo.
Karzo will be hopping on here with us. It might even just be audio. There's camera issues or whatever. But if he can, that's great. If not, we're going to talk with Shane, and I'm going to get this story told because this whole thing was actually brought to me. It might be about 6 weeks ago. Um, a friend of mine from the music business actually reached out to me, and he brought this story to me and was telling me that his friend, who is Shane, is on this case, and I think you should talk with Shane and his client and get this story out there because it's a crazy story. It's a sad story, and it's a story of reality of what's going on in this world. So, in a nutshell, Shane's client Muhammad is a musical artist, and he's been a musical artist for many years. As I'm going through, I was reading the court documents, and he has this song, which is actually a really beautiful song, um, was stolen from him. And it's when you listen to Muhammad's original version, it's acoustic and you hear it. And the stolen version, what they did was they just plugged in, and it's electric guitars and drums and stuff like that. It's a full musical band, but they changed the verses, the lyrics to the verses, but the chorus is still the same, and the music is still the same, just now electric and drawn out into like some jams and stuff like that. So I got to ask you, Shane, off the bat, like, how did you get this case presented to you from the 179th poorest country in the world?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, okay. So I mean, I can tell you the history of Muhammad and I, and that's really how it came about. If you'd like to hear that.
Yeah.
All right. So, good friend of mine, Mike Hager, is an incredible musician, and he posted a link to this song called "C'est la vie," and it's a beautiful song, but I couldn't understand the lyrics, and I knew part of it was French and part of it was some crazy language, which turns out to be Tamashek, and which is a North African trading language, and it's very old. The alphabet is called Tifinagh, and it's 3,000 years old, and so we don't know how old the language is, but anyway. So I wanted to know the lyrics. So I'm trying to find this guy just so I can contact the artist and say, what are your lyrics? Because my daughter and I, we play together in a band, and I wanted us to do the song.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. That was it, because I'm really a musician. So anyway, I finally got in touch with Mohammed through Chris Kirkley, who owns Sahel Sounds. Sahel region is the desert, the Tuareg region, the air mountains of Western Africa. The Sahara. So I got in touch with him, and he gave me all the lyrics and said, please play the song, it's with my blessings, and so we started doing the songs part of our set. But we became friends, and we just started talking. It's funny, for the 3 years now we've been friends. Mostly we've talked through Google Translator and a little translation apps, because I don't speak French and I sure don't speak Tamashek. And his English is pretty broken. But it started out with us just being friends in music, and him telling me, the lyrics to his song.
Wow.
So then I got word through different sources and through Muhammad that someone was playing Mephalowin and had really taken the song and copied it. And Mephalowin is a beautiful song, and it's one of the things that's important in all of this is that Mohammed Karzo writes music for everyone, for not one particular group. He doesn't try to do political, specifically political music.
Mm-hmm.
He tries to do music that reaches people on
Right.
any side of the aisle. Now, if you like a little bit of music of history about Tuareg music, I can give you that in a nutshell if you'd like it.
In a nutshell.
In a nutshell. Um, so this is a lot of Muslim area in Africa, and traditionally music with drums and electrified instruments are not allowed. That's haram. So
Okay.
right, and I mean it's punishable rather severely in certain countries. It could be death penalty.
Really?
So yeah, it's real serious. So these guys playing this amplified music with drums, some of them were literally risking their life to do this. It's a big deal. It's a very punk movement. So they started doing this, and a lot of it was about the liberation of different countries and about colonization and all that. So they got this music, and it's different because it mixes Western rock and roll with traditional Saharan music, and it's a new music. It doesn't have a lot of roots. It's new music. It's very punk movement, like I said, and it's like this swirling, beautiful. You heard it. It's just music. It's a lot of amplified music. Well, it's also a lot of acoustic music as well, because there's not a lot of electricity in some of these cities, and they have acoustic instruments, and they'll get whatever Chinese knockoff they can find. And what Muhammad writes is basically a lot of campfire music,
Okay.
a lot of stuff that people just love to hear. He's got two songs, C'est la vie and Enfance de l'air, are very, very popular in Mali and Algeria and Nigeria, and in Niger, of course. So he's very well known. And in fact, his uncle was Abdallah Umbadugu, and he is like known as the godfather of Tuareg music. So he comes from a strong background.
Actually, Muhammad just popped on. I can add him on here.
Sure,
I
yeah.
don't know if we'll be able to.
Probably won't be able to see him.
Yeah, we won't be able to see him, but maybe we can hear him. Let's see.
Yeah, I don't think the bandwidth can carry that.
Muhammad, are you there?
Hello. Yeah, we got an issue with the internet today. Sorry, guys.
That's all right. That's all right. Welcome to the show. My name is Bay, and we're alongside. I have Shane alongside, and he was starting to tell the story.
Yeah. No, that's Salah.
Hi, Bay.
How you doing?
My name is Salah. I'm here to help Mohammed for anything he needs, like translation and anything. If you guys want to talk to him.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your help, and tell Muhammad we say hello.
He said hi too. Sorry, his phone is broke, and also like he cannot see us. I wish you could see us, guys.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Yeah, well, maybe we can get a picture of later or something.
But I'll tell you this: you should probably be thankful you're not seeing both mine and Shane's ugly mugs.
Speak for yourself.
Okay, nice meeting you guys.
Here it is. Look at this. We look alike.
we could almost be brothers.
I like your nickname, Bay Chubby Dudley.
You like that?
Yeah. All right. So where were we?
So you were saying about his songs.
His uncle is very, very well known. He passed away last year. He's a good guy. And so, yes.
Sorry, guys, it's coming broken. Hey, is there a possibility if you can move from this place? So I want to take him to my place. I got a better Wi-Fi down there, and so you guys can see, can have us like talking, and you can hear us clearly.
Okay.
Sure.
All right, it's gonna take us like 15 minutes to get there, and we'll call you back.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Thank you.
So you see what I've been dealing with for the past several years. It's like this, and it's even difficult to help him. For example, he wrote me one time. He was talking to me, and he said he was just devastated someone broke his guitar. Well, that's his livelihood.
Right.
So I got together. I found a nice Mexican Strat, and the reason I was trying to find a guitar that does not have any rosewood, because they'll confiscate them at the border. Yeah, rosewood is you don't move it around anymore. Musicians leave them at home now. There's some relaxation on it, but at one time it was very, very serious. Even if you have the skunk stripe on the back of the fender neck, they'll take your guitar.
Wow.
So I sent him an all maple neck guitar, and I pulled the plug out and stuck $100 bill in there for him, just trying to sneak in some cash for him. But I sent it over, and I sent it with another band that was touring here and was going back there.
Okay.
Because the guitar was only like $500 or $600, right? And I just stuffed the case full of strings and tuners and all this to try to get it. Because that guitar, if I shipped it, the cheapest I could find through DHL was over $900 to ship him that guitar, just for the carry. So it's difficult to help him. It's difficult to communicate with him, but he needs to be heard. His music needs to be heard worldwide. These other, you'll probably hear of eventually like Tenariwin. It's a very popular group that does touring music. Bombino is another name. He's a single act, and he's making some waves out there. But I think that Mohamed's music needs to be heard by the world. So we were working on trying to get him over here, and then of course COVID hit. I don't know if I can say that. I don't know if YouTube will.
You can say whatever you want.
Yeah, virus of unknown origin, and so that kind of stymied that. Well, he's got this set of music that we want to bring into the United States of America and people to hear.
Sure.
And one of the best songs on there is Mafelowin. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you want to play a clip of it or whatever you.
I don't know. Let me see if I can play that. I don't know if my computer will pick it up though.
Okay. If I played it on here, could you hear it?
Yeah. How about you try it and see?
All right. All right. So tell me if you hear this.
There we go.
See how it's like a rhythmic?
Mm-hmm.
It just lulls you in. And it's got a little bit of a setup, but you'll hear this is all Tamashek. So that is what he said there was Mafelowin, Mafulija, Aitamainina Mafelowin, which means my countrymen, why is this happening? So, or my brothers, not country, my brothers, why is this happening? So this other band, Mdu Mokhtar, they know everyone, it's a small community. Everyone knows everything. And especially over there, there's only 35,000 people in Agadez where he lives. So all the musicians know each other. And most of these musicians, they play festivals and weddings. That's almost exclusively what they do. So they had played together. He and Mdu had played together, and then Mdu started doing the song, and then he just completely changed it, and then he put it on his album with these different lyrics. And one of the problems is this was going to be his introduction into the U.S. and the Western market, and this song, and now this song has been taken, and he added all these political lyrics praising Muammar Gaddafi, and it just was not the song that Mohamed wrote. And all they had to do was give him credit. All they had to do was put his name on there as the author of the song, and then they could just get royalties. That's all they needed to do. Mm-hmm. And they just refused to do that. So here's why did I take the case? Because first, he's my friend, and second, who's going to help him?
Right.
Over here in the United States.
Who, like, I mean, that's an even crazier backstory to this whole thing, is that you actually knew the song and were kind of a fan of this guy and reached out to him a few years ago. Now, when did this other artist actually release this song? I guess it was very recent.
Yeah, so he had been doing some things with it, this and that, and I said, well, you know what, we need to get our copyright. We got our copyright, and right after we got our copyright, they released the full album, A Freak Big Team. The irony of this song, and I don't want to talk too much about the case itself, but just about the facts that led up to the case. The irony of it is that a Freak Week team is about how people steal from Africans, and this song is it's just a straight ripoff. I mean, we've said it in the complaint. I'm not saying anything I didn't say there. We feel that it's just taken. And yeah, he took the chorus and he added verses to it and changed some of the verses, but you can listen to their version and this version, and it's the same thing.
It's like when you sent his version to me the other night, and then I listened to the two. I was like, oh my god, it's blatant. It's just a blatant ripoff. Just like we said, just the lyrics to the verses are changed, but the chorus is the exact same. And theirs is electric, and his is acoustic.
Yeah. No, we believe that the jury will feel the same way.
So now, how does that, like, being the fact that this is coming from this little tiny poor country, how does it end up here in the United States? And like now it's a case in the United States.
Well, so that's civil procedures, really. You've got to you bring a suit where something happens in the United States, and it turns out that the distributor of this album is in North Carolina, where I live.
Like this whole thing was like this was meant to be yours,
and they toured through here and everything, so it was strange. We had to serve them, we had to serve the band. It was easy enough to serve the corporate entities. Serving the band turned out to be a little more difficult, but we got them served, and so we're in the case. So he was, he has rights everywhere in the world, and especially since we filed the copyright here. And this is another thing I should probably tell you. I don't do entertainment law that much. I've done a little bit of sports law, which is very similar, and I represented a client that was on a TV show, and I've done a little bit of music stuff, but mainly I'm a consumer rights attorney.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, I sue banks and credit reporting agencies. So I don't mind a big defendant. I've never been afraid. I've been in federal system my whole life, or my whole career. So I didn't mind taking this on, but it's kind of a different bailiwick.
It's also too, like everybody can see, like as we saw, like Muhammad and his friend / translator trying to join in. It's got to be difficult for you because it's not like like a client here that would be with you in North Carolina, where you could just call them up or
Right.
email them and be boom.
Yeah.
I mean, there's definite situations here.
Yeah, it's going to make depositions interesting. We're very fortunate that the federal court system, because of the virus of unknown origin, they've really branched out into doing more like Zoom type hearings. So that'll help a lot for the trial, if it comes to a trial, which most cases don't. I expect that we'll meet out our differences outside of a courtroom. But we are fortunate that the court has opened up to this kind of technology, because otherwise it was going to be difficult and expensive. But another thing is, I've been surprised at how much help we've gotten on this case. We had to file informa pauperis, and what that means is he couldn't afford to even file the case. It cost $400 to file a case in federal court, and it was going to take him 7 months to earn that much money. So yeah, it's very, very poor country, very poor country.
Which makes me want to ask, like, and you were saying also too about how it's a crime to play electric instruments and stuff like that. How did he get to record his song?
Oh, that's an interesting story. Now, in Niger, that's backed off. Now if you see, there's been a lot of terrorist activity coming across the Mali border. So who knows which way it's going to swing. But for now, it's not a crime over there right now. But what happened early on in history of Tuareg music is these guys would literally record on a cell phone and trade the cell phones around. And that's how Tuareg music first circulated, was by cell phones. And there's a label that actually sells cell phones with the music on it, kind of as a traditional thing to.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? It's so lo-fi. In fact, if you listen to the Sahel Sounds version of C'est la vie, which is a beautiful song, and I'll play just a lick of it here if I get to the folder. When that was recorded, he didn't have an amplifier, and where did it go? So the guy who recorded it, Chris Kirkley, Mohamed played it through a stereo system, played his guitar through a stereo, and they put the mic down the hall, so it's this natural reverb. And where is it? Let me find it. I'll get to it in a minute, but if you got a question, I'll answer it.
So, okay, so this has not physically gone to court yet then?
No.
Okay.
No, it has not. You know what I can do? I can pull up a YouTube video for you, and that way you can hear that. He's got a beautiful version of C'est la vie from Sahel Sounds. Give me just 1 second. This is his big song, and you'll see a lot of people playing this song. You'll see videos of this all over. So dig this. You hear the ambience of just people talking. And that's how these songs are recorded over there. And this is the song that I contacted him about to get these lyrics. Isn't that beautiful?
It's amazing.
There's a lot of lead into this. This is too much. Let me know. I can cut it off. And just a flowing guitar. You hear how it's just
yeah.
I'll move along to some of the Town of Sheikh lyrics. You hear his voice?
It's very soulful and powerful.
Yeah. You don't get voices like that often. So that
you can like I'm getting chills up my spine. I can feel it. Yeah.
It's just such a beautiful voice, and I want the world to hear his voice. And
now,
with his music.
Now, when this other guy released the music, and you being, let's face it, a friend, not just a fan of Mohamed.
Yeah,
when I mean, like Rolling Stone picked up this like they're all putting articles out about this amazing song, and here poor Mohamed is.
Yeah, that's really one of the things that bit me the most about this. And because you're right, he is a friend. We talk almost every day for the past 3 years now. We've talked almost every day, chat through chat. Mm-hmm. So Rolling Stone picked it up and lauded how great Indu Mokhtar's song was, and talked about his guitar playing and their writing ability, and the whole time like what. Yeah, and then Pitchfork picked it up. Reverb, there's an article on Reverb, and then Guitar World, which if you don't play guitar, you don't know. But Guitar World is the daddy of guitar,
Yeah.
magazines, and they're talking about his ingenious playing and how this music that he's written. And I'm not taking anything from Mdu's playing; he's a fine player, but this was not his song.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
Now, how did Mohammed find out about this song? That it was stolen?
Well, now he's known that Mdu's played it before.
Uh-huh.
And people say, hey, do you know this is Muhammad's song? And what can he do over in Africa if somebody plays his song somewhere else? He
Right.
at a festival or something, a different version of it, or it's very difficult to police that kind of thing for anyone, even here in America.
Sure.
People are all the time. If you try to Google Prince on or look at a video for Prince, they're not anywhere. They have people to stay on top of this. They pay a lot of money to keep that off YouTube.
Right.
He doesn't have the resources to do that, So, and obviously I have to be very careful what I say, because it is in litigation right now. And what's funny is you can say something and mean it one way and it can be taken a different way. And so I'm careful what I'm talking about here. But
Yeah, I was. That was what I was gonna say too. Is like I was kind of surprised. Like once me and you got in touch with each other about this, I was kind of surprised that you'd even be able to talk about this. Would it still?
Well, okay, so there's no law or rule that says I can't speak about the case. And I'm trying to be respectful. And I will tell you this, the attorneys on the other side are very nice people. The band has done some things, and you can talk about culpability, and who is responsible for knowing what and who did what. But I will tell you that the real, I'll case this the right way. Case it the right way. The band knew what they were doing.
Oh, sure.
When they put their name on this authorship and left Mohamed Karzo out, they knew that this was Mohammed's song. This is no surprise to anyone. So Mohammed is my friend. And so I'm talking as his friend. I also happen to be the attorney on the case, but I'm his friend. So I want the world to know what's going on with him. And again, there's no rule that says I can't talk about this, but I don't want to say the wrong thing, because as his attorney, sometimes some of the things I say can be used as an admission on his part. Mm-hmm. And if someone tries to say we waived a right, or nothing I'm saying right now is meant to be taken as fact.
I don't even know if I'm able to ask you this question, but did he come to you and ask you to for help in this, to handle this?
Because we talk all the time. He says, well, what can we do about this? Well, you have rights, and well, how do we do this? So we, and I'm not going to go into too much about what my client and I said, obviously.
Right, sure.
But yes, he asked me, what can we do about this?
Interesting.
And there are laws.
I hear, and they just pop back on. Let's see if they can get this to work. Hey guys, can you hear us?
Hello.
Hey, are you there?
See, this is it, man.
Hey guys, sorry.
Hey,
we have an issue with that right now.
Okay, can you hear us at all?
There's probably a delay. And that's something. So how would he over in Africa have any way to prosecute this case if he didn't have help in the United States?
It's amazing. I don't know how you. I mean, this is got to be tough on you to.
Yeah, we don't do too much live anything.
Right.
This is how this works, man. But he's a beautiful person, man, and he was known as Mohamed Petit. It was his nickname for a long time. Is what everybody called him, Petit, which means small in French.
Now, will his version of the song be like? Will there be a release here in America?
Yeah, and that's the thing. See, we were working on putting an album together at the time this got released, and
hey guys, are you there?
Hello.
Can you hear us?
Oh yeah. Sorry guys. It's
That's okay.
struggling right now to get a good connection, a good internet,
That-
Yeah,
That's
there,
that's quite all right. That's quite all
especially
right.
especially living in a desert. It's amazing to get how we guys are struggling out here to get a good connection.
yeah.
Well,
Between the electricity going out and the Wi-Fi going out, the internet going out, it's always a problem.
I think Mohammed needs to keep
Yeah.
writing those beautiful songs and come
Even
over
if
here
you
to the
guys
United States.
coming broken, so sometimes I'm sorry. I will ask you to repeat what you said.
Okay. Okay. So
Yeah.
I want to first question I want to ask Mohammed is how did he come to find out that this other artist released his music?
How did how did he become a musician and how he mixes music?
No, no.
Is that right?
How this other person stole his song? How did he find out that this other person
Oh,
recorded his music and stole it?
okay, okay. I'm gonna ask him the question. And I'll get back to you guys.
Okay.
Comment est-ce que tu as appris que l'autre gars a volé ta musique et comment est-ce que tu l'as su? Il y a que gagné. Tu l'as vu on internet. So he found out like he was like someone playing the music, and he was like in the internet watching the internet, the YouTube or the Facebook. He was on YouTube. He discovered that on YouTube.
Can you imagine for any musical artist out there to be just going through YouTube and find somebody else recorded your song not known to you?
Yeah, this has happened
Can you
several
repeat,
times.
please?
No, I was just saying how upset. Let me ask Mohammed how upset was he when he found out?
Ina kuma ya ke da ka ji shi ka hau ya ka kira ka haushi ko he was so upset that he disliked the way like someone will take someone's job, someone's energy
Yes, yes.
to use it for its own purpose without asking a permission.
Yeah, uh, it's kind of I mean, seeing that the song has gotten major press here in America as well has got to be very upsetting and frustrating for him.
Ina chose qu'est-ce que so aux États-Unis kamar abin da yana faruwa cikin wajen ka gane me kamar oui c'est vrai qu'il y a akwai frustration da yawa cikin kai menene exactement kai cikin musulunci. Yeah, it was so frustrating for him. He said like, someone can ask you like just only a permission to use your stuff, even if like the person doesn't have a mean to pay you or to pay you like uh, your personal ideas. He should be like just coming to ask him a permission. Hey man, I'm gonna use your song, but he didn't even do that. He just found it. The guy like did it on and posted.
Wow. Has this changed Mohammed's feelings towards his music at all? About creating music?
Est-ce qu'il y a taba ka basa kan harkar da ke cikin musikin ka? Est-ce qu'il y a da kurajen ka kuma ka yi continue ko kuma? No, he's still engaged to make more music, but yeah, but he's still scared to make songs that people can still later.
Right. Now, let me see here.
He's
Okay.
still engaged to make to continue the way, because for him it's like obstacles that can happen, but also at the same time he feels the way like he get a song tomorrow and someone will take it, you know.
So he's concerned about the future.
Sure, sure. Um, how about like I saw the plan. I mean the goal I should say is to come to America. Is that still his goal? Is to come to America to perform his music?
Il a toujours l'objectif de partir aux États-Unis pour faire la musique. Yeah, he still has the same goal, and he keep working on it, and they are looking for a mean to make it happen.
Yeah, because this band has toured all over Europe and all over the United States on his song.
That's unbelievable.
Sorry.
Oh, I was making a comment. I was it's really not a question. So,
So,
sorry.
yeah, he was
Okay.
basically he was saying how this other person has now kind of toured around the world using Muhammad's song.
Est-ce que مثلا جاي كوجي تورني تكون دنيا أنا utiliser musique يا تيجري الواليو. So he's the person's album came out about a month ago, almost
Okay.
like 2 months ago, and the song he sang, the Muhammad's song he sang was also he sang it in the United States, and it appears on YouTube.
Has Mohammed spoken to this person since finding out?
Kaya magana da mutum da kan samu labarin. No, he didn't speak to that person. He didn't speak to that person.
Wow.
Like
It's yeah, I was saying it's kind of very thankful that him and Shane knew each other before this. It was like this whole relationship was meant to be.
sorry, can you repeat the last thing?
I was saying it's the relationship between him and Shane being the fact that they've known each
Mm-hmm.
other for a few years. It was kind of like destiny for them two to be friends for this sad situation.
C'est quand même, en fait, c'est comme si c'est écrit quand il est maintenant, quoi. Vous êtes devenu que de chaîne, quoi. C'est comme si que vous êtes destiné à que t'arrêtes et que à peu près la relation que vous avez avec les filles, c'était, ça devait arriver, quoi. Regarde. Kada mutumin wancan da ya yi waƙar kusan juna ƙwarai ko? Yeah, it was a destiny also, but like he just told me that the person that sang his song, uh, they don't have like a good relationship between them, you know.
Mm. Okay. Okay. Now,
Yeah.
how about is there anywhere on the internet that people can listen to Mohammed's version of the song?
Not yet.
Kamar yani bisa ka version kin da yi shi waƙar. Kamar mutane suna jin taka version bisa internet ko kuma sun fi jin tashi bisa taka. People more heard his version more than that guy's version.
Well, that's over in Niger. We're working on trying to get something online. This kind of caught us all off guard. We're taking time to develop a good album and something that's higher quality than a microphone down the hall from a speaker system, you know.
Right.
So because his voice and his music deserves good quality recording.
Mhm.
So we were working on that, and it's kind
Right.
of caught us off guard. We don't even have a link to a good song. I don't know if you can put one in this description later when we get something up and going. We do have. I'll send you some links for that
Okay.
for music that he does have online, especially C'est La Vie. But we'll get something as soon as possible.
Great. Great. All right. Let's. How about we let Mohamed and we'll let them go, and then we'll wrap up, Shane.
Right.
Sorry.
We're going to let you guys go. We're going to wrap up, but I want to thank you both for doing this, and I look forward to hearing more of Mohamed's music.
Okay.
All right. Thank you
Don't
so
worry.
much.
Like at any time, I will be available for Mohammed at any time he needs help. And yeah,
Thank
Great.
you, sir.
you can count on
Thank
me,
you.
guys too. All
Thank
right.
you both.
Merci beaucoup, secrétaire, parce que ils vont essayer de voir comment ils vont améliorer la chose et ils ont entendu ce que tu as dit.
This is what I
Thank
do.
you, as Mohammed saying. Thank you, Sustu. And next time you guys will call him, he will gonna have a better phone and a good quality camera, so that way you can see him.
Great. Perfect. And then, how about this? You tell him next time I want him to play his song for everybody.
Oh, he'll do that. Yeah, he'll play.
Okay?
Ok. Dice,
Okay.
prochainement, il veut que je joue la musique. De quoi? Ah, he understood.
Good. Good.
Right. Au revoir, my friend.
Take care. Shane, I don't know how you've done it.
Well, you know, you run on friendship, man. That's what you do. Yeah.
Plus,
And,
this is something that's close to your heart. This whole, Mohammed and his music. So,
yeah, we're good friends. We pray for each other a lot. We feel like God brought us together, but I just want the right thing to come out of all this. He writes good, clean music that anyone's kids can listen to. In fact, school children play. Most of his music is written with children in mind. Like, we have to secure a good future for the children. That's basically the point of a lot of his music, is making people happy with each other, because that makes a good environment for children. He lost his father in a mining accident in the 80s. Which, you know, Niger is I don't know if you know this or not, but there's a lot of uranium mining in Niger, and that he worked for that. His father didn't. He lost his father, and he lost his mother, and so he's an orphan, and so he thinks about these things, you know, issues with kids. So he's just such a good guy.
How old is he?
You know, honestly, he's in his 30s, and I can't tell you what. I don't. I should know. I'm sorry, I don't know.
That's all right. That's all right.
30s. Yeah.
All right. So what's going to be the next step now with this case? What happens now? Just gotta wait.
Well, okay. So they've made a motion in the case, and I'm going to respond to the motion.
Okay.
It's public record, the motion that they made. But I won't go into it. But anyone who wants to look up the case can look it up and read the record. So I got to respond to that case, and we've talked back and forth a lot. The attorneys are very friendly, as I said, and they want this to come to a resolution. So I don't think this is ever going to go to court, but you can't predict.
Right.
We just need to work out the details. I think that's what's coming. But there's always motions practice, and that's what most of court is. I don't know if you know this or not, but 98% of civil cases don't ever see a courtroom.
Right.
Yeah, most settle, and it's almost considered a failure if you get to trial that you didn't settle the case.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
All the rules are set up for you to either kick out a bad case or settle a good case.
Gotcha. Now, how about I have a feeling, call me crazy, but I think it's going to lead to the future of Mohammed's musical career is going to be in your hands.
Who else is going to help him out? You know,
I just see I see you becoming a manager or something for Mohammed.
Don't say that. I don't. I'll do everything I can to help out my brother. I'll do whatever I can. He's a good person, and he needs some breaks in this life. And the other thing that I really wanted to do, I wanted to try to help all of the musicians in that Tuareg region. I remember I was trying to get in touch with Bob Geldof, and I emailed Rolling Stone or someone trying to, because I don't have contacts in the entertainment industry. I'm not an entertainment lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not technically. So
You are now.
I know, right? I was trying to reach Bob Geldof because he does so much in Africa,
Right.
And I wanted to try to get some instruments over there. Mohammed just bought an amplifier that I swear I wouldn't pay $50 for, and he had to pay, I think, $400 for that thing. And I'm telling you, that was about 7 or 8 months of his salary to buy that amplifier, and it wasn't a great amp. I see these Chinese knockoffs, Fimber, Gibson, and these people are paying ungodly fees. I remember they were trying to sell one amp to him for $900, and I looked on Reverb, and it was a $200 amp.
Wow.
900 American. Their exchange rate is 18.5 to 1 on our dollar. So, yeah, I think that 1 million Central African francs is about $1,800. So it's a huge exchange rate. And what I'm trying to do, I would love to get in touch with someone who can do this and just put together a box, one of those piggyback boxes, and send a bunch of instruments over there to these guys.
Right.
They're not playing on garbage all the time. And I mean, it's a good community. They love each other, and they share all their instruments. They'll share. Now they don't share their writing, I'll tell you that. If it's your song, it's your song. But play my guitar all you want,
Right. Oh, there's a difference between playing my guitar and stealing my song.
Yeah, I didn't build that guitar. I built that song.
Right. Exactly. Wow, this is going to be interesting. You're going to have to keep me updated on the final. But also too, like we mentioned, the article about this other artist in Rolling Stone and Pitchfork, etc. Do you in turn reach out to them, say, hey, I want to let you know?
I haven't, and I didn't plan to do any kind of press or anything like that. I just wanted to get settled. But I will tell you this: I don't know how we're going to recoup the loss of Mdu Mokhtar beating Mohammed to the punch on all of these articles. It would be really nice, if the Rolling Stone wants to reach out and do an article on this. I prefer to do it after the case settles, but at least just an article on Mohammed. It doesn't have to be about Mafelowin. It can include it, but we just like for him to get some recognition for what he is.
Well, I would totally. I would, after the case settles, I would reach out to them in a freaking second and be like, hey, you guys wrote this lovely article about this person who stole my client's song, and here's the proof, and here's the court victory.
Yeah, I mean, they can write whatever they want right now. I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
As far as me reaching out, I'm just I'll do this because you're a friend of a friend, and Mohammed is my friend, and that's why I'm talking about this, because he asked me to, tell people what happened to me.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, Shane, I know I don't have to wish you luck because I know you're gonna win this case. It's open and shut, and I hope the future is very bright and beautiful for Mohammed and his music, and I hope at some point he does make it here to the United States, and
he deserves a tour.
He does. He absolutely does. He's got beautiful music.
And his voice is so unique and incredible. It just needs to be heard.
It does, for sure.
For the content and the quality.
Absolutely. Well, Shane, again, thanks for doing this, and thanks to Mohammed, and take care and keep me updated so I can keep everybody else updated.
I'll do it.
All right.
Nice to see you.
You too.
Take care.
See ya.
All right, bye-bye.